technology. Just make sure it doesn't die on me.
Skill before I lose strength.
So we won't pause here. We'll keep going with the video a little bit.
But here's the really cool part about human beings. Do this. How cool is this? Visual motor. Watch this. She's here, she's looking around. So let your partner look around for a second. They're distracted, the world's really interesting, they're excited. Wow, how cool is this? Take your other hand, lay it gently on the back, and give a pump in the hand.
Notice how quickly she spun around when she pumped that hand. It's that touch, it's that sensation of like, ooh. But we like visual, right? That's the number one. So if we hear something, we turn. If we feel something, we're gonna turn. So the sensory motor that's connected is the really cool part here. We can get their attention very quickly in that hand with your hand.
And no matter what they're doing, they will pause, they will look at the hand, and they will look at you. Let them look away. Pause. Give them a chance. Check. Because when your hand touches something, your eyes want to see what it is. When your eyes are looking at something, it will also draw your hands. That's the other bad news. So what their eye sees, their hand wants to touch. And you're surprised when they start doing it. Well, you're the one that said, exactly. You put it right where they can see it, when they're
Right where they can
and
see
they're
it.
going, okay, look, goodies. On the other hand, if I do this, no matter what she's doing, she's going to notice me. Once I've got her looking at me, here you go. Force.
What's she trying to do? Touch her on the head?
Good. You got it? Yeah. Yeah. Now, right here. Got it? Perfect. She travels with me, so her brain is both getting and giving. I've reestablished the two parts of the loop so that she is doing with me, I am not doing to her. And she can give me feedback. I'm liking this, this scared me, this was okay. Take more time here, but this was fine. Did she give me all that feedback? Yeah, we're talking to each other without words. Because what I'm doing is using what she has left to help me communicate with her with the way that she can get the communication, as opposed to overwhelming her system with data. Okay? So with your partner, I want you to give that a try. Feel the difference between touching with versus touching someone.
Okay, so let's give that a try real quick. So if you saw in that video, we're reconnecting that circuit, right? We're reconnecting, like Denise said. I didn't know it was coming when you came at me to do the hair thing. But if I'm holding your hand and I'm bringing your hand up to do that with me, you can see it happening. You've got that safe touch that's happening as well. So we've got the vision and the sensory motor happening. And you know it's coming. It's your own hand doing it, essentially.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and give that a try.
They do the squeeze first too to get attention.
Yeah, do the squeeze. She's looking off into space over there. Oh. Hey. So the other thing is if you have
I can
one
see all
hand
that way, yeah.
in that hand under hand, I can use my left hand now. I got her attention, right? Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. That was really easy.
Oh,
I
okay,
just
so you
got
don't have
her
to use,
attention.
you don't have to keep both hands
You
together.
don't have to.
Okay.
No, if it's comforting and they need that, you can. You can use this hand to basically tell them now that you've got their attention, this is what we're gonna do. Hey, let's just fix your hair. Maybe we need to comb our hair. Hey, you have some of your lunch on your shirt, basically. We're gonna brush that off and then we'll do that. Oh, you got it. Right.
That is so cool.
Oh my gosh. So, what happened there? How was that different than before?
I think the movement of it, like she said, like the closed
You're
system.
including that.
Yeah,
Like
you're
I'm
including that.
included in, like I have a little bit more control.
Oh, you're included.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say I was doing that activity with you rather than doing that
Correct.
activity to you?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Anything the same about it? motions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We did the same
Someone's
thing.
still touching you.
Yeah.
Clean the same area, still
Yeah,
touching you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you had that little bit of inclusivity. You felt like I was involved in this activity. Awesome. So, does this make you feel differently about your partner? So last time you guys were trying to like run away, right? We're trying to back away. Did you feel that? Did you feel any differently?
Oh, yeah, I mean, didn't want to hit her.
Thank
I mean, I could see it. I mean, I could see it, why they hit if we do that.
Definitely.
They
Yeah.
were seeing what I was doing too, so.
Yeah.
It got their attention long enough, even if it's a short millimeter of a second, to get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how might, I know a couple of you said you have family members at home or you know people that are dealing with something like this. How can we connect this to how we would provide care or help those people to do things?
I think even just, like I think of when you're assisting somebody even eat food and stuff, a lot of like activities of daily living that happens on a daily basis, would definitely be super helpful for doing. That way,
Yeah.
it's a little bit more.
Yeah, it could help with a lot of those activities. Eating, I love that one. It's a huge one. We'll get into that in a further class down the road of specific skills to help doing that, but that hand under hand could be really helpful with that. So try something different really quick and then I'll let you guys get out of here. But take 2 minutes to yourself here and write down on a piece of paper something that you'll take away from this activity and bring specifically back to your practice. Either with a family member, a patient maybe that you have with dementia, maybe staff that you're trying to teach. Let's apply this one thing, 2 minutes for you guys. And then we'll come back together. Just finishing up our thing here. Anybody want to share their one thing?
I think just the understanding of those changes in the brain was huge, to kind of connect those dots as to why we're seeing the behaviors that we're seeing with patients with dementia.
Okay. So just understanding those changes.
Just understanding the concepts, because I don't think we are educated to that very well, through nursing school or through anything, and it really helps put the pieces together.
I love that.
Yeah.
So both the little skits here.
Yeah, I mean,
and
skits like the
pictures
1,
of
2,
the
3
brain.
steps of how they interpret data, and those
Okay.
are in reverse order of how they lose it. So by using that to maximize interactions with those, be more successful with interactions.
Maximize. I love that word. Maximize what we have left, right? No, don't focus on what's lost.
Right.
Try to maximize what's left.
Yep.
What about?
Oh, you know, yeah, I mean, a lot of what Tanya just said, but for me, I'm just curious in surgery how, you know, because we have patients that come through dementia when they wake up. It's a struggle.
Scary. Yeah.
It's a struggle for them, and, you know, we're trying to keep them safe, so just having these techniques, I'm gonna be interested to see how we can implement them, you know, with patients emerging from anesthesia, and if they, you know, maybe, or anything.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times where, you know, their hands are flying all over the place, and this technique of holding their hand and, you know, trying to get their attention is,
Awesome. I
I'm
love
gonna-
that. So maybe we can bring that hand under hand technique
yeah,
and bringing them out of anesthesia.
Yeah.
Patients that we already know going under are suffering with
Right,
dementia.
right.
So we have that knowledge
Yeah.
to begin with, and we can apply
Yeah.
our skills.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just the anesthesia itself too. not
Well, that's-
even-
well,
not
yeah,
even
that's just
dementia
it.
too, because
Yeah.
the same areas of the brain are affected by
Right.
the anesthesia,
right,
so.
and their visual, and their, is already compromised when they're coming out anyway, so
Great,
it'd be interesting
great
to see how
connection,
this
yeah. How about,
awesome.
Leah?
I think that really looking at the 3 different processing and like the actual hand of each was super helpful, and something that I think I'll definitely be able to bring back. You know, something little as, you know, touching somebody when, you know, to get their attention, and how that is like uncomfortable for them, is something that you might think is like super, you know, part of your practice, and
Yeah, love that.
instead of getting in front of them and really being like,
Well,
to
Leah was
have that
talking
visual
about-
cue and, you know, going through the process, so.
So for you too, that like actually doing
The
this out of your
actual-
hand
yes.
was helpful,
Yep.
and like
Yes.
specifying and remembering that we're gonna try to do visual first from now on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Guys.
Yeah.
Love that.